Hello, welcome back, guys. So today we'll be sewing and learning how to do this basket yoke. We'll be doing it and you will see the procedures. If this is what you're interested in, please subscribe and keep watching if this is your first time. So now this is when you're done doing joining your bust here. This is a shoulder dart, so you can also do this for your princess dart bustier. So after you are done joining it, you're going to fold it the way I just folded it, and you are going to trim off the excesses if you have excess. Then we'll be trimming what we are going to use for the basket. So this is 7.5 for the center and 6 for the side. I'll be doing this using this measurement, but if you want, you can go deeper in case if you want to show your boobs, or maybe if you want it more exposed, you can. So I'm going to cut through the lines that I have drawn, and now I think this is what is good. This is good, what we are going to use. So what I'm going to do now is to do the same for the back. That is, cut out what are the parts that I will want to be the basket part. I'll cut it out for the back, and then we can now move to the next stage. So now that I'm done, I got a newspaper. If you have a soft paper, maybe writing notes or something like that, but I decided to use this newspaper because it's soft, so that when we are done I can be easily remove it from the fabric. So what I'm going to do is to replicate the upper part, what I've cut out from my joining. I have to replicate it to this newspaper. What I'm going to do is to add ½ inch at the down part of this, what will I call it now? What will I call it? Okay, let me say what I have trimmed out. Let me call it the trimming. So what I have cut out now, what I'm going to do is to connect it, then ½ inch. Remember, ½ inch. That's what I did. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this and do the same thing for the back. Then we're going to move to the next stage. So now I'm done cutting it out, and the next thing to do is to draft the way you want it to be. I don't want mine to look block. I don't want it to look like it is in a block form. I want it to look slant for both sides. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep my tape. I don't know the way you are seeing me. I'm going to keep it like that, and I'm going to be measuring 1 inch intervals. That is, I'm going to be marking 1 inch intervals all the way down. That way my block will not be my basket will not be looking like a block form. It will be looking slant. So I'm going to be doing have 1 inch intervals, 1 inch intervals. I'm marking it. After marking it, I'm going to use my ruler to rule the lines that I have marked. After I'm done marking it, I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side. That is the same thing. Keep my ruler slant and mark 1 inch intervals, and also the same thing. As you can see, it's not looking like a block form. It's giving slant look. This is the look I want it to look like. So I'll be repeating the same thing for the front and the other back, and after that I will be going to the machine to stitch it. These stripes that I've made, this stripes is 1.5 inch. That is 1.5 inch width, and the length can be anything. So this, what you will do is to fold it into two. When you fold it into two, cover the edges, and you sew on the edges. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. That is, you fold it into two. You can see the way I did it, and you cover it. That's what is good. So you now sew on the lines that you have made. You sew on the lines that you have drawn. You sew on those lines. That line will serve as a guide for you to know where to sew and where not to sew. Okay, so you also be doing it for all the lines. And another thing is that when you are cutting off the excess, try to leave at least 1 inch. 1 inch. Try to leave 1 inch at the as excess, so that when you'll be trimming out, you go short of. Just leave 1 inch as excess when you are cutting out, and be careful as the paper, it might tear or in the process of doing it. So be careful to know how to sew without it cutting. So here I'm done doing the straight part. Now it's time to cross it, and for the second line. So you also be doing the same thing. Let me show you clearly on how to fold this. So now I'll be sewing on any of the other lines. You can start from anywhere. It depends. You can just start from anywhere. So like I said, fold carefully and sew carefully. Like I said, be careful when doing it. Might even turn on the process, and whoosh, I don't know, but we have to be extra careful. We'll be extra careful when doing this. It can be so painful seeing what you tried to do and the paper you're using to do it just done. So like I said, because this is a newspaper, it's soft, so be careful on how you do it. As you can see, it's coming out well. So I'll be doing the same for all of them of the camera, and I'll be showing what it looks like after we were done. So after I was done, this is what the front is looking like, and this is what the back two piece is looking like. So now I'm going to turn it over to trim the excesses. Now you can remeasure the this one that you trimmed out. You can remeasure it. If it's shortened, you can now add half inch on both the shoulder part and the joining part of this. And but mine was still the same, so I just trimmed off what I need to trim off, and that's it. So what I want to say now is that at this point, don't remove this paper at this point. I know you will be tempted to remove it, but don't remove it at this point. Why? Is because it will help you keep it in place while you will turn the neck, join it to the main dress. It will help you. If not, you will see your basket yoke looking somehow. In fact, looking not good. It will not be looking good. So this is what it's looking like, and I'll trim the same for the back and the front. And now let me show you. It's looking, see now, it's looking fine. This is looking okay. So I'll be joining it the center to the center, and that's how you do it. You sew from the center towards the right, from the center towards the left. That's how you get it accurately. In case if there's any excess, it will come out on both sides and not on one side. So that's the thing. But don't sew it to the armhole. Remember, don't sew to the armhole. That's the need why you have to take your measurement to see if it was what you have before. So after doing it for the front and for the back, I have to turn it with the lining. Now this is the back. I've joined the back with the I've joined it with the yoke. So now what I'm going to do is the lining. How will you turn the lining? You will just turn it from this side and turn this way, as you can see. So from inside is covered, from outside is covered. After turning it, you can now remove it. This is how I'm removing it. It's very easy because it's newspaper. Newspaper is soft. That's why it's easy to remove like that. So I'm going to turn the lining and also do the same thing for the front. But let me cut out the neckline first, which I'll be doing 3 by 3. No. I'll be doing 3 width and 4 depth. That's what I'll be doing. No, this is like a basket, so it's like when you're trying to cut a lace, you don't cut it out too wide. If not, it will be too wide. So, and with this paper too, it's serving as a base to hold it together while I do whatever I want to do with it. That's why I have not removed mine, and I advise you not to remove yours yet till you are done. You are done before you remove it. So this is what the neck is looking like. As you can see, it's basket, but the neck is still defined, very well defined. So what I'm going to be doing is use bias to turn it and turn the lining, and I will show you next what I'm going to be doing, which is the back. I'm going to also match the same thing. Make sure that the what I have for the shoulder left for the front is the same thing with the back. So I'm going to style my back yoke the way I want, which I want it to slope down to the zipper area, and that will also come out fine and will also look nice. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the final look. I can't wait. So this is the look the back will be having after I'm done stitching the zipper and the hood then. So this is the beauty. This is the beauty. Oh, look at how fine it came out. And please, thank you for watching to this point. I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notification button for next time. Thank you.